going to be doing a versus video today showing you the comparison between two different popular Tarte mascaras. One of them I've heard about for a long time and never tried. The other one I only heard about probably in the last month, and the packaging really drew me in and I wanted to give it a test. So I purchased it a couple of weeks ago at Ulta. The other one I actually got in my Ipsy bag, so it's a sample size. I have it on good authority though, that the sample size is comparable to the full size. I know sometimes that can be an issue. For instance, the Clinique High Impact Mascara, I love the sample size. I hate the full size. I know it doesn't make any sense, but it's the brush is different, the formula is different, something's different. But I've heard from several different YouTube channels that the sample size of this particular Lights Camera Lashes mascara is exactly the same as the full size. So I feel like this is a really good test run for me to know whether or not I like the product. So let me show you some close-ups of the product to kind of tell you about each of the mascaras. So the first mascara is the one that I mentioned I purchased a couple of weeks ago, and I bought this from Ulta for $20. They also sell a sample size for $10. I believe Sephora does as well. So if you wanted to give this one a try without buying the full size, I think that's a really great option. According to the Tarte website, the Gifted Mascara contains both Amazonian clay and rice bran wax. The Amazonian clay is meant to be a nourishing product. Essentially, it's supposed to help nourish the lashes, and this is why they use it in a lot of other products too, is because it's really nourishing to the skin. The rice wax actually is meant as an emollient and used to extend the length of the lashes, so those two products are used in conjunction. And essentially, this mascara is touted to be the first and only smart mascara that intuitively finds your unique lash concerns and derives the benefits you need. I don't really know if I buy that, but I don't really know if I buy a thinking mascara, but essentially it's supposed to nourish and balance and hydrate and replenish, repair and promote healthy lash growth. And then of course it's supposed to help with lengthening because of the rice bran wax. I love the packaging on this. I think it's super sleek. The bamboo tube is really nice. And then if you look at the brush here, it's a pretty traditional wand. I would say it tapers slightly, but not as much as others. I feel like the base of the wand rather than the tip, there's not as much difference in size, so sometimes you'll see wands where it goes from a really wide base to a really thin tip, and this one doesn't taper quite as much. The brush actually reminds me a lot of the Makeup Forever Smoky Lash Mascara, which I absolutely love. I feel like the bristles here are really interesting because they're sort of at varying lengths and varying angles. So rather than being really uniformly placed all around the wand, you actually have some variation there, which I think is really nice because if you think about your lashes, they vary as well. You have some that are shorter, some that are longer, and so I feel like this brush really helps to grab all of those lashes. You can also see it's a really nice dark black rich color. So here I am applying the mascara. I find that with this particular mascara, I don't even have to curl my lashes. I do have a lash curler and occasionally I will use that because I do feel like some mascaras require it, but this one you'll see as I build it up layer upon layer, I don't really need it. I also love how this mascara really coats the lashes. Sometimes I feel like mascaras, I can put them on and it doesn't really even feel like anything is there. But this one, from the very first sort of swipe of the wand, I can feel it really grabbing the lashes and adding that mascara on. I also feel like the wand is really nice because a lot of times I will get mascara on my lid. I don't know if it's the angle I'm going at or the thickness of the wand, but I feel like with this one, I just don't do that. And so in turn, if I'm not wearing like eyeliner or something, I don't get mascara all over my lid. It really lengthens and separates, but at the same time it volumizes at the base. And if you notice in the video, I was able to put 3 coats of mascara on without it clumping at all. The second mascara is the one that I got in a sample for my Ipsy bag. This is the Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. Now, price point, it's exactly the same, $20. It does come in a sample size as well for $10, which I've seen at Ulta and Ulta.com as well as Sephora. And, which this is a really nice point, it comes in a waterproof formula, which is called Lights Camera Splashes. I haven't used it quite as long, but I sort of was able to determine a verdict fairly quickly, which you'll find out here in a moment. So this mascara claims to be a 4-in-1 mascara, which is lengthening, curling, volumizing, and conditioning. there are some ingredients in the mascara that are meant to do this. So it has olive esters in it, which are like an olive oil, I suppose, according to their website, which is meant to nourish the lashes. And then rice bran wax, which is meant to coat the lashes and lengthen them. So there's a lot of different ingredients in here that are meant to be really nourishing for the lashes. Now, the packaging on this I don't love. I'm gonna insert a picture of the full size so you can really see it. It just kind of has this weird, almost like pinched edge packaging. I picked it up and felt it at Ulta and it just was strange to me. I just think it's a really odd packaging choice for this mascara, and that immediately sort of, I don't know, turned me off, I guess you could say. But if you really love the formula, then I guess the packaging isn't that big of a deal. The Lights Camera Splashes comes in exactly the same packaging. Now the one that I have here is the sample size, so you're not going to see that same sort of odd packaging. It's just a regular sleek tube. If you look at the wand on this one, it's a bit more what I was talking about, where it tapers to more of a point. Now it may be a little bit of an illusion here because the wand itself is smaller than the full size would be, but to me it looks like it tapers a bit more. It also feels like it has a more uniform configuration of the bristles. So as opposed to the Gifted mascara where they seemed a little bit more haphazard, this one seems a little bit more uniform, which I don't know that really helps as much as the other mascara. This one does not claim to be a smart mascara like the first one, but rather a push-up bra for your lashes. This is according to the website. So in the footage here, you can see me applying it to my other eye. Now again, I did not curl because I wanted to have a fair comparison, especially because this particular mascara claims to be a lengthening and curling mascara. Now, when I very first put this on, I can immediately feel that this formula is drier than the Gifted formula. So if you're more of a dry formula mascara person, you're probably gonna like this one better. Although I felt it to be very dry. Here I'm putting a second coat on and I'm not noticing much building up. It is a bit darker, but it doesn't feel like it's volumizing quite as much as the Gifted mascara. I think the bottom lashes actually look really good, but the top lashes were giving me a little bit of trouble. I'm building here. I think I put 3 to 4 coats on and it just wasn't giving me the length and volume that I was really looking for. You can also see here that from the side view that it just doesn't quite give me that lift. I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison as well so you can sort of see them next to each other. I think the one on the right definitely shows a lot more volume and length. Here in the ultra close-up, you can tell it even more. The Gifted mascara on the right, crazy face, is much more lengthening and separating, and then the Lights Camera Lashes on the left, they seem almost kind of clumped together and not nearly as long. Now in this particular shot, I've gone ahead and added on the Gifted mascara on both sides. So it gives you a more even application so you can really see what they look like together. I love this mascara. I think it's fantastic. So I think from the footage you can really see how they compare. Like I said, the Gifted mascara, I feel like it's really lengthening and volumizing at the base of the lash, which is really important to me. I like to have a thicker lash line and then it sort of tapers out and lengthens the lashes. I definitely think this does that. Now I will say when I very first got it, I didn't love it. I felt like it was a really wet formula, like almost too wet. If you've had a really wet formula of mascara, you know it can be difficult to really layer without it getting clumpy or without your lashes sort of sticking together. However, I used it for a couple more days and probably by the third day I was really loving it. It seemed to get to the perfect consistency very quickly. I didn't have to like leave it out for a month or something like that. I mean, it was just within a few days. The Lights Camera Lashes I immediately didn't love, which I was kind of disappointed because I've heard a lot of other people say that they really liked it. I just felt like it didn't do much for my lashes, and I wanted to show you that last part of the video there where I had both of them done with the Gifted because I thought maybe you would think, well, maybe that one side or that one eye doesn't have as long lashes as the other, but really it's very even. And it just was the difference of the mascara. Neither of these I have noticed any flaking, so that's a really good quality. They also don't feel really stiff or anything. They do feel still flexible, which I think a lot of that has to do with the nourishing quality of both of the mascaras. So I would say that if you have really great lashes already and you don't need much volumizing, then maybe the Lights Camera Lashes is the one for you. But if you're like me and your lashes aren't really all that, the Gifted might be a better choice. I do feel like I have to sort of balance out the darkness of my hair with with sort of more dramatic lashes, and the Gifted mascara definitely gives me that effect. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and definitely let me know in the comments below which you prefer. Also, what other mascaras you love. I'm always on the market for a great mascara. I would say this is my second favorite high-end mascara. My first favorite is the Makeup Forever Smoky Lash, and I opted to buy this one this time instead of the Makeup Forever one, and I'm not disappointed. I think it's a really, really great product, and it's much easier to get because Ulta sells Tarte, and they don't sell Makeup Forever. In order for me to get Makeup Forever, I have to go to the mall. I don't like going to the mall. So this one's much easier to access for me. So definitely let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Which just sort of tones it down a bit, makes it not quite so crazy.